Hi, and welcome to another episode of Vindicast. I have a TvP for you guys today on Entombed Valley. Alright, so starting with the bottom left, we have our red Terran player, GT Ares, and in the top right, we have our blue Protoss player, Crazy Firefox. Now, apparently this is a diamond level replay, so I'm not sure if we are going to be seeing some sort of crazy all-in or 1-1-1 type play from either of the players, or if we're going to be seeing some sort of macro play. Because either one of them is equally likely to happen in Diamond League, at least from my experience as a Diamond random player. This map is a little interesting for Terran versus Protoss. The layout makes taking a third base very, very easy, and the way that the main base is situated above the third and the natural makes dropping a little bit more difficult because you have a very easy to defend triangle, which means that if you're trying to get a medevac to come into the main base, there's not much room for you to actually fly by scouts and observers. So it really kind of cuts down on the Terran options in the mid game. However, the way that the base is laid out on the low ground also makes siege tank pushes and 1-1-1 builds a lot more powerful here than you'd find on a map like, not really Antigua Shipyard, it's a bad example, but like Tal'Darim Altar, or Cloud Kingdom, or any of those other maps where you don't really have like an easy to fire vantage point. Makes the 1-1-1 a little bit less powerful. But here, the 1-1-1 is really powerful because you can situate your tanks just beneath the pathway that leads into the third base, and it kind of puts the TOS in a tough spot where they have to kind of come down and engage your army on the ramp, and they don't really want to do that if they can avoid it. But we'll see how they're going to go. It doesn't look like the Terran's going to be opening that way at all. He hasn't taken his gas yet, and he's walled up with a single barracks, so it looks like to me we're going to be seeing a gasless expand build, which is more indicative of macro style play, but not always. You can do a two-base marine tank push or some sort of weird mech timing off two-base, but those are a lot less common than just a regular standard bio play. So we'll have to see how the Terran compensates for the ease of preventing drops on this map. We have probably a one-gate expand of some form or another, more defensive or less defensive one-gate expand coming from the TOS. That's pretty standard on this map. It's pretty standard in this matchup in general. There's really not much reason not to do it. Yeah, we got the Nexus coming down here. There's various kinds of one-gate expand builds that you can do. Some call for sentries before you expand. Others are a lot more greedy, kind of like the mimic of a Terran gasless expand. The Terran's going to be... Ooh, he's got a double orbital build going up. Okay. This is the other thing about this map that allows Terrans to do this sort of build, because you can just float this orbital over here, and you're able to defend both bases relatively easy from early pressure. And if you can hold it for long enough, if the TOS doesn't do some crazy bust to kill you, well, then you're ahead. Then you're ahead in the mid game. But that's all going to come down to whether or not the Protoss is going to actually be able to see this coming. He's got his scouts, his Stalker Scout coming in. The bunker is probably going to ward him off, which is a good thing by the Terran, putting this bunker down before he even drops the command center. Got the Zealot coming in. Alright, that bunker's up. Oh, you don't want to lose that Zealot. Not particularly useful. Not a particularly useful Zealot Scout. That was kind of a waste of 100 minerals. So what did the TOS see? Well, the TOS didn't really see anything. Nothing that he wouldn't have already been able to see with the Probe Scout. Got the robotics facility coming down in 3-gate. This is again, this is a standard follow-up to the 1-gate expand. You get the 3 gates down with the robotics facility for the observers or for the immortals if you need them. It's probably going to be observers first, but I mean, if he catches wind that this is a double orbital build, it could very well be immortals that comes out after that. And we got the Terran taking his multiple barracks behind this. I'm a little surprised he hasn't floated his orbital over yet, though. He's just kind of like chilling on one base with mules. He's got 4 mules down at once. That's going to mine out the main base really quick. I'm really confused. Why hasn't he moved his orbital yet? Could be that he's just waiting until he has enough units to defend the lower ground expansion before moving out, but still, that's super safe. More safe than he needs to be. I guess he's just going to leave this orbital command here just for the mules. He's not even going to bother floating it over to his third. Yeah, we got the observers coming. We got the observer coming out here, so it's really this is really what's gonna dictate the pace of the game right here is what this observer sees. All right, the Terran knows that the Protoss is taking his expansion. There's still not many probes there. Okay, well he's going blind then into a 2-gate Colossus timing. This might work out just because the Terran did this double orbital build, but I mean he's already getting his starport up. I don't know if he's going to suspect that this Colossus timing is coming because he might need his Vikings before his medevacs are out. Okay, well we see the observers coming in. He's going to see the expansion. It's not going to be unusual. He sees pretty much everything, but what's going to happen when he spots the third orbital command? Okay, now he sees it. He sees the third orbital command, and this is probably going to either prompt an attack or an expansion on him from his point. Because you don't make this orbital and then go for some sort of aggressive timing. This is more of a passive build. He's getting his thermal lances down. Is this a second? That's a second forge. So he's probably going to hold off for a 1-1 Colossus timing, unless he takes his Nexus now. He should be taking his Nexus if he plans on extending this any further than a 2-base attack. It looks like the Terran's now finally decided that he's going to take his third base. He's going to clear out these rocks before he actually moves out. He's got the double engineering bay down. Terran's playing I like this play from the Terran. It's very passive, which again, I think the reason why the Terran's being so passive is just because of how difficult it is to attack a Protoss on this map. But both players are looking like they're going to be taking their third base soon. This Colossus, though. Oh, does he see it? Did he see that Colossus?
Ready for dust off.
Oh, if he saw that Colossus, that could be huge.
You must construct additional.
Because he didn't see the robotics bay. He didn't. If he saw the Colossus, this is really going to change a lot. Oh, I don't know if you want to move out with just that. It's only 1 Colossus. You need at least 2 if you're going to move out. Maybe wait for the Terran. Okay, let's see how this works out. This is a very small engagement from both sides. Let's get the force fields down. Alright, there's the force fields. Not quite the best force fields, but decent. Terran's going to be backing up here. He's going to be moving in to take his 4th out. He needs to lift this off. I don't think he's going to hold it. You can't hold a third base from Colossus with this narrow choke right here. You're just not going to be able to do it. No, man, you don't want to do that. That's exactly what the Protoss wants. Actually, this is a lot more even than I thought. Protoss is still going to come out ahead on this one. That sentry still has energy. He can still drop down force fields. He definitely should. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That sentry, that last sentry that died there, had energy for force fields. He could have plopped down 2 force fields, blocked off half the army. That 1 Colossus could have done a ton of damage, but that's not what happened. He just let the sentry die. That's a big deal. Okay. Well, the Terran is not really taking much advantage of this third base, but the Protoss doesn't even have his third base up yet. So this is still very even. The Terran is a little bit ahead in upgrades, but with Chrono Boost, the Protoss is going to be catching up pretty quick. As soon as he starts his armor upgrades, they're going to be totally even in upgrade count. So where do you go from here? Well, if you're the Protoss, in my opinion, especially on this map, you want to just sit back. You want to sit back, turtle up a little bit, build your higher supply army, because then that puts the pressure on the Terran. It puts the pressure on the Terran because you're going to have a really cost-efficient, like, death ball, essentially. And it's going to be a lot more difficult for the Terran to kill you than it is for you to kill him. Now, the flip side of that is if you're the Terran, you want to do exactly what he's doing right now. You want to start putting on the pressure. You know he's got Colossus. You want to prevent him from getting out that super heavy Colossus count that's going to end up killing you. Not good positioning for the Terran. You do not want to fight in this choke if you can avoid it. You want to get the concave on the other side. It's a little bit of an overstim. Okay. Alright, well the Terran is definitely looking to put on some bit of pressure here. He doesn't want to let this third base get up for very long. He's scanning to get observers down. Alright, so he knows that there's no observers here. He's gonna try for a drop. He has this factory scouted over here, so he knows there's no photon cannons or anything on this side. Now the question is he gonna try and drop into the main, or is he just gonna try to get the natural? Because this is 4 medevacs full. He could drop here, snipe the Nexus, maybe a gateway, and then be able to get out before the TOS can respond. He's going a little bit out of his way. Yeah, this is really far down, dude. Huh. Okay. In other news, the Protoss has taken his +2/+2. The armor's almost done. +3 is started. +2/+2 is just going to finish for the Terran as soon as this drop gets here. The Protoss doesn't see it yet, though. He does not see the drop yet. Here it comes. Oh, but he's pushing at the same time. Is he going to see this drop in the back of his base? Oh, he can get the upgrades. He can get the upgrades. He can do a ton of damage with this drop if he controls it correctly. Okay, now the Protoss knows that he's being dropped, so what is he going to do? Looks like to me like he's going to start pushing. Oh, he's coming back. That's a little too late, buddy. You're going to lose a lot of stuff over here, but the Terran's not controlling his army. He just started controlling his army. He could already have killed the Nexus at this point. He needs to get those forges. Alright, he's getting both forges. I will get the Colossus Bay too. Get the robotic support bay, man. No. No, get the support bay! Oh, it's too late. It's too late. Okay, he's going to be taking up this army. He's going to be dropping into the third base. The TOS knows that he's going to be dropping in the third base. There's already photon cannons there. Oh, he's really stuck. He's like stuck between a rock and a hard place, between an army and photon cannons. He's going to be losing all the rest of this army without doing any more damage. Okay. He's checking for a fourth base, trying to deny that. He should be taking a fourth base behind this himself, but he isn't yet. Alright, here comes the Terran army. That's 4 Colossus. It's going to rip right through this bio ball. No chance in hell of this one surviving. Ouch. Oh, that's just ugly. Alright, the TOS is starting to get more and more ahead with this. That 4 medevac drop did not do nearly enough damage to be worth it. This army is already 2-2. So there's already even in upgrades, and the killing of that forge is not going to really start paying dividends until the Terran can hit 3-3. But he's not going to be able to hit 3-3 by the time this army hits, and that is 4 Colossus. He doesn't have enough Vikings to deal with this yet. He only has 4 Vikings against 4 Colossus. No, man, you don't want to go through that choke. Don't go through the choke. Alright, he's definitely going to be losing this third base. There's no way. There's no way that this third base is going to survive. Army's still stuck behind those force fields, and even if they're not, they're going to be all bunched up right there for the Colossus. Well, that third base is down. The Protoss could have done even more damage right there if he had been controlling it. The stutter stepping of the Colossus actually kind of hurt more than it helped. Okay, well the Terran's lost his third. What does he do now? What's your plan, buddy? You lost your third base. You lost a lot of your army. You know that he's got... You did kill 4 Colossus, though, so what are you going to do with now? Oh, but he's got 3 more on the way. 3 more on the way, and Archons. You're running out of time, and you don't have Ghost Tech yet either. Yeah, this is not looking good for the Terran at all. He really should be trying to secure a 4th base behind this. There's really no reason not to. You're definitely very far behind, and you don't have enough to all-in him at this point. Protoss is doing his, he's doing what he should be doing. He's getting more ahead after getting ahead by taking the 3rd base out. Okay, we've got a double-pronged attack here coming in. We got the small squad hitting the 4th base, but we got the other armies coming in. No, that's way too much stuff. Way too much stuff. Terran's going to lose this entire army, and I don't think he can actually recover at this point. That's 4 Archons, 2 Colossus. You can warp in Zealots behind that. You're just gonna. He could just steamroll over the Terran right now. He just doesn't have enough stuff. I mean, he's trying his best. He's trying to get that Colossus down just to give himself some more time. But I think. But does the TOS realize how far ahead he is? That could be the one big difference maker here. All right, the Terran is trying to take this hidden expansion over here. I don't even know why you're gonna be expanding over on this side of the map, bro. You could definitely expand here, or maybe not there, because he knows that he's going to be watching it, but over here? Alright, so the Protoss is definitely, like, more content to just sit on this base, or is he going to be pushing out? I'm really at a loss for how these two are making their decisions. I mean, you're at 138 supply, you're ahead. The Terran can't really stop you. Don't push out. Build more stuff. Alright, the Terran Bio Ball is at 3-3, but he has no upgrades for his Vikings yet. And actually, as a matter of fact, he has no Vikings to speak of at this point. This is real bad for the Terran. This is really bad. He needs Ghosts for those Archons. He needs some Vikings for the Colossus. He has neither right now. The only advantage he has is this 3-3, and that's going to be going away in a second. The Protoss isn't chrono boosting his upgrades, but, I mean, he doesn't need to at this point. He's already winning every engagement. Viking production's just stopped. It's probably because he can't afford it. He's only stuck on 2 base, and this isn't going to last very long. Either of these bases are going to last for very much longer. Okay, he's going to be trying to drop over here, but this is the wrong angle to be coming in at. He can get this 4th base, but the army's right there. Oh, no, wrong direction, dude. Where are you going? This is not, this is ugly. We got a little game of cat and mouse going on here. Okay. I think this should be GG. He did get the 4th base, so maybe he thinks that that's probably going to keep him in a little bit longer. But dude, you're behind 65 supply. Alright, I'm expecting him to morph these into Archons and then push out. He's being a lot more defensive than he needs to right now. He definitely could be pushing out just right here with, and I mean, look at that. That is so many units. That's 27 Zealots, 3 Immortals, 5 Archons, and 4 Colossus. That is about as scary of a death ball as you can make. I mean, he doesn't have Psionic Storm, but he really doesn't need it right now. Okay. So the coup de grace is coming in. Oh, he does have Psionic Storm. Yeah. I don't really know what to say. I guess I'm just waiting for this game to like finish up because I mean it's already over. So much dead Terran stuff. There it is. Okay. Now, what were the keys to this game? The keys were there were a few, but mostly it was the fact that the Protoss utilized this terrain right here a lot better than the Terran did when he was attacking. When the Terran was trying to attack into Colossus, you need a concave. You can't be bunching up your bio units against Colossus, and that's exactly what this choke does. So if you're going to be trying to defend this third base, a better idea, if you're going to let him up this ramp at all, first of all, you want to be getting on top of this ramp, preventing them from coming up this way. But if he does manage to get up this ramp, it's a better idea for you to come in from two sides, not just the one. Because even if, I mean, the Protoss player wasn't doing it perfectly. He could have been using force fields a little bit better than he was. But if he was using perfect force fields, your army is just going to get completely decimated, even if you're ahead in supply. Other than that, after he had dropped over here and was dealing some damage to the Protoss, you really need to start expanding a little bit more rapidly than that. His base is completely mined out. That's one of the downsides about mules, is that they give you that nice little extra income, but you're going to lose all your resources really quickly. And where are you going to go once your natural's mined out? You got to be a little bit more aggressive on the map. That's what you have planetary fortresses for, and this map is really easy to defend expansions as long as your army's with it. Alright, well, that's the end of that game. Good game from Crazy Fox and GT Ares. This is KT Vindicare, and I'll see you guys later.